Hey guys, it's me, Jake, from JakeMan21642. Today I've got a bit of a family fleet update for you guys. For those who have watched my channel forever, you may remember, or even if you've gone back through my old videos and seen it, my grandparents who own the 2002 Subaru Outback LL Bean Edition. They've had the car since it was brand new. I mean, I think the last time I filmed it, I was in high school, but car's close to 200,000 miles, and typical Subaru fashion, it needs its second set of head gaskets. So she was finally at the point where she decided to start exploring options, looking for something else. Me being me, of course, I immediately started going to Volvo wagons because, especially with how diehard she is about having a station wagon, I was not about to let her get into a crossover. But anyway, so I did some research. I was kind of exploring options for her. Once I finally got her to open up to the idea of a new car. At first, I was suggesting leases. I had her look at a new cross country. We were looking at a new V60. Then she finally settled on find me something for around 20 grand that I can just cut a check for. And this ended up getting traded in. So this is my grandmother's new daily driver. This is a 2015 Volvo XC70. This one is actually technically a 15.5 model. And this one is a T6 Platinum. So this is about, or this isn't about, this is as new and as fully loaded of an XC60 that you can get. That still has a real engine under the hood. Like I said, 15 T6 Platinum. If you guys actually remember the silver V90 that I filmed about a month or two ago, this is what was traded in on it. It's a clean Carfax, one owner trade-in. It lived up in Northern Virginia. Does have some miles on it, but from looking at the Carfax, I can tell miles are on it because this car spent half the year down in Sarasota, Florida. So there were a bunch of dealer services on there from Sarasota and then from Don Byer up in Northern Virginia. So, I mean, this thing totally just went up and down the highway. You can see this one is finished off in a electric silver metallic exterior. This is the same exterior color as my car. Outside, you can see it does have the typical factory tint on the rear windows. I want to make it darker, but I know they're not going to let me. And you can see too, this is my least favorite part of the car, is the Volvo dealer this thing came from originally loved to do this. It's got these ugly pinstripes down the side. It's got this one on the hood, which I honestly might peel off when I'm done with this video. That's got to go. And then it's got these stupid graphics on the side, which my grandparents love this. They will not let me peel it off. I think it looks like it belongs on an RV from the 90s, but they like it, so it's staying for now. Pinstripes aren't that bad. I'm still not a fan of them, but otherwise this is an insanely clean car inside and out. I mean, this guy took such good care of it. And like I said, 15.5, this was one of the last cars you could get Volvo's 3-liter 6-cylinder in, all-wheel drive. These came out in 08, and 16 was the last year of this body style. But 16 also, it was also the 4-cylinder and the 5-cylinder were the only engines. So like I said, T6 all-wheel drive. This does have the 300 horsepower turbocharged inline 6-cylinder, same engine as my car. Outside you can see it really is in phenomenal shape. It's got this pretty much brand new set of Bridgestone tires on it. I think these maybe have about 4,000 or 5,000 miles on them. These are some of my favorite Volvo wheels from this era too. They are 235, 50 R18s. So you have the 18-inch kind of dark finish alloy wheels, all of that. On the side too, now I do like this. These were a accessory, these little cross-country metal plates on the side. I actually do like the way that looks, especially with the silver. Up front, it does have the LED fog lights, your LED daytime running lights. And then this one being a T6 Platinum, does have the active bender by Xenon headlights. Headlight washers right there. And you can tell that if one of these is the Platinum package, because it will have this in the grille. That's where a lot of the sensors, things for your adaptive cruise control, are hidden behind. And up top too, you do have the city safety system. You can definitely tell this is a dated design because even though it's a 15, it does have the older Bliss system that actually has the cameras underneath of there. Go ahead and get in this one. Typical Volvo key fob from the era. Lock. Of course, too, does have the power folding mirrors, which will fold out when you unlock the vehicle. Lock and unlock. This button, which will turn your parking lights on. And then this one, of course, is equipped with a power trunk. But we'll go ahead and get in. As I said, intelligent entry. Just walk up, grab the door handle, and it'll unlock. And inside you can see, for a beige Volvo interior with 90,000 miles, I mean, this thing is just in phenomenal shape. Volvo door sills down below. You can see the full power driver seat, 3-person memory. This one does have, I don't think these are actually WeatherTechs. I think they're just a very, very good knockoff of WeatherTechs, but they might be. Either way, though, it does have a very nice set of all-weathers installed. Go ahead and start it. Pull on the brake and just push right there. And you can see, obviously, with this one being a 15.5, this does have pretty much the most updated interior that these could get. Like I said, this one, being a Platinum, does have adaptive cruise. This is literally a fully loaded car. I even have the original window sticker, which I think is inside of their house, but sticker on this car new was close to $51,000. Door panel, all typical Volvo. I mean, all soft material, padded leather around here. All 4 your automatic windows, power mirrors, power locks. Power mirrors, like I said, are power folding. And I mean, I just love these XC70s. The way they are built, the way the doors open and close, these things are like tanks. I mean, just looking at the door itself, I meant to show this earlier, just at how thick this is. And I mean, it is, these are so solid. And that, I think that's what really won this car over for my grandparents. Out of an 02 Subaru, I think this is enough of a jump as it is. And also too, her main thing is visibility. And unlike most cars that are 2015 and up model years, you can actually see out of this thing pretty well. So I think this is perfect for her. Like I said, great visibility. She's comfortable in it. It's built super well, which coming out of an 02 Subaru, I mean, this thing feels like a tank in comparison. I mean, I really don't have to go over everything. I've got plenty of tours of these on my channel. Platinum package, though, obviously you do get the full gauge cluster, digital. This one being a Platinum, you do have the street sign recognition, which I do not know where this one is getting 65 miles an hour from. But anyway, you also do have that, which will show up when you have the adaptive cruise on. It will show your distance and everything else. And you can go through, put that in all kinds of different modes and stuff. Surprisingly, she actually liked the performance one the most because you get the digital speed readout. Up top, though, the Platinum does give you the distance alert, which will project up onto the dashboard up there. If you're anything like me, that's the first thing that gets turned off. Although it is Volvo's Sensus system, I mean, this is the older system, but once again, she's coming out of an 02 Subaru. This is still more than enough for her, and this has basically everything except for CarPlay. But down here, it's very simple to use once you get the hang of it. Your volume, your radio, media, telephone, my car, all of that. But basically volume, and then right here, this is how you navigate around, scroll up and down, okay, exit. Very simple. And I know it is because I put them in this car. I basically told them that, and they have figured out everything else on their own. This one as well does have the Harman Kardon stereo, which these to begin with, and I think it is just because they're built so solid, these have a killer stereo in them to begin with, but this Harman Kardon just sounds so good. And you can hear that's the kind of music that is going to be played in the stereo in this car. But up there as well, your climate controls will show up down below. Heated seats, heated steering wheel, this one being a Platinum package. This one also does have navigation, of course. Down below there, your dual zone automatic climate control. You can press that and it will bring up your backup camera. All of that. Headrest fold, your lane departure warning, as well as your collision avoidance on and off. And then as well, your heated steering wheel, like I said. This one too, and this is one of her favorite parts. Press that and it will drop both of the rear headrests down. Obviously, once again, for visibility. You have all the wood grain around here, wood grain up on the dash. And I mean, you can see inside. This does not really look like a 2015 interior, but that's just kind of the charm of these things. I've always, ever since I started working at Volvo, I thought these XC70s were such cool cars. And for what they are, especially with this T6, they're a surprisingly fun to drive car for what they are. I mean, you still get very nice, tight, snappy hydraulic power steering. The suspension tuning, everything about it's very typical Volvo. It handles nice. It's got a very controlled feel to it on the road. I mean, if you can't tell, I'm just in love with this car. If this didn't have a beige interior and higher mileage than my F60, I probably would have bought it before them. But down here, storage, you have cup holders, little wood grain cover that will come down over that. Back here, armrests, inside USB auxiliary in. They probably don't even know that's in there. Seats in this one, as I said, Volvo leather with 88,000 miles. Beige Volvo leather with 88,000 miles, and they look this good. This is also one of the interiors with the beige carpets, and you can see even on the driver's side they're so clean, and this was the shape the car was traded in. But we'll go ahead, step out. I mean, I know it's like 12 minutes into this video now of just me rambling, but just figured I would get a little fleet update. I know I've got plenty of actual tours of these on my channel. Back seat on this one. It's another great part about these XC70s is you just get a massive amount of space back here. This one, not that they would use it, but I kind of wish it did have, just because they're cool. This one does not have the child booster seats that'll pop up out of the bottom. You have your headrest up there. And I mean, stepping in, I'm 6'2". This front seat is where I would sit, and there's plenty of space to sit behind myself. You do have the heated rear seats. 3-stage on and off for the rear passengers. 12-volt outlet. And your back seat pockets. And of course, right here too, armrest, 2 cup holders, and then storage back there. You do have the middle seat headrest, which will pop up. I mean, you can see what I mean with little things down below, like the heated rear seats, and just even though the fact that this is a dated looking interior, the amount of technology and things that it offers, that's kind of why I've always thought this was such a cool car. It may look outdated, but there really is a surprising amount of stuff in this car that makes it feel a lot newer than it is. On the back, you can see the dual exhaust down below, XC70 T6 all-wheel drive. Power trunk, just press and it will open. And inside you can see you do have the rails on the sides, which different accessories, things like that, can click into and attach to. This one does include the cargo cover, which I was very happy that I don't have to hunt one of those down for them. You've got the really cool typical Volvo trunk pop-up. It's got all your bag holders, different tie-downs, stuff like that on it. And then below there, she's obviously got her stuff, but that will lift up. You've got storage below there, and then your spare tire below that. Once again, you can see what I mean. 90,000, not to mention 90,000 miles of traveling between Florida and Virginia. And it's this clean. This guy really took phenomenal care of this car. And I know I'm gonna catch hell from some people in the comments for putting my grandparents in a higher mileage car, but she actually saw this online and wanted to look at it. I didn't even suggest it because of the miles, but they kind of look at it the same way I do, where I would trust one like this with 90,000 miles that I know has been maintained well and taken care of than one with, say, 50 or 60,000 that's kind of edgy. So I think this will be a great car for them. Back here, everything follows through. And up front, power passenger seat, all of that. And obviously too, like I said, I did even have the original sticker for this one. I think they took it out of the car because that's how they are. They hold on to everything like that. But I mean, really, really clean and well-documented car. Once again, with the mileage thing too, she kind of knew from the way that I explained things to her that she was not going to find another one as nice as this one is. Up front, you can see the bi-xenon headlights. Like I said, they are the active bending lights as well, just like my car. You have the LEDs on there. Then under the hood, so it is the 3-liter turbo. I mean, pretty much identical to my car under the hood, or not even pretty much, it is identical to my car under the hood. But this is a rock solid engine. We have service loaners at my dealership with this engine that have over 300,000 miles on them and are flawless. It is a little shoehorned in here, being a transverse mounted inline 6-cylinder, but for what it is, I still haven't had any issues working on my car. And I mean, especially too, they're coming out of a flat 6 Subaru, so they're used to things that are a little out of the ordinary to maintain. once again, too, I'm not worried about this car at all. I think this is going to treat them insanely well, especially coming out of the Subaru. And like I said earlier in this video, you may see the Subaru around a little bit on my channel. Not so sure about that yet. Well, like I said, I know this is kind of a long, rambly video that doesn't really go anywhere, but I was just out at their house having dinner. Figured I'd get a video of it up on the channel. I'm sure this will be around a little more, and any questions, comments, anything like that, drop them down below, guys. Let me know what you think. Thanks for watching.